Right now, as always on a Tuesday, we get you a little free advice, a little free therapy session, if you will, with our good friend Dr. John Braccio. Let's talk about living in the moment a little bit. Doc Braccio, hey, what do you think about calling your segment What's Up, Doc?
Well, listen, nothing wrong with that. What's Up, Doc has a good ring to it from the old days. How does that sound? From the our old buddy, the Looney Tunes. What's up, Doc? I like that.
Yeah, but we don't live in the moment here, do we, Dr. Braccio? We are so obsessed with the future or obsessed with the past. And then suddenly the present becomes nothing until it is the future or the past.
Well, listen, can I tell you, bingo, you are really right, Mike, that's so true in so many people's lives. And I advise people, live in the now, enjoy it. That's my advice. Life is an ongoing, it's a one-way ticket, Mike, one way.
Yeah.
And wherever our abilities, efforts, and opportunities take us, that's what this ticket is. It's important to remember that the one-way ticket has an end. It has an inescapable end. I mean, we're going to die sometime. And if we don't enjoy the road, we're really missing out. And yesterday's a memory. The future may or may not happen. Here today, gone tomorrow is another adage to keep an eye on. And
right.
It's really true. You don't have to sound morose or anything like that. But if you really think about it, it is a one-time shot. It's a one-time in the universe that you're going through in terms of life as we know it. And their goals are really, the critical. We just have to really enjoy the now and enjoy the ride. In fact, let me just give you a few statements here.
Okay.
When a person is really getting near death, right at the end, these are things I predict they're not going to say. I wish I'd worried more about things that did not matter and never happened. Okay, another one. I wish I spent less time with family and friends I have loved in life. Or I wish I had more senseless anger and arguments with people that loved and cared for me. Or even one more,
right.
I wish I took more opportunities to sabotage my happiness in life by not attempting to realize my dreams. And you know how many people do that? I mean, they just... They do all these things. Go ahead.
Doctor, do you think, though, that, for one thing, I know there are members of my family who have said, I wish I spent less time with Mike, but that's another story. But let me ask you this. Is it a big problem is, we all know we have to pursue happiness. And even the guy who robs the bank, he thinks he's going to be happy. So we have to figure out what in the heck is happiness. And that's a tough one.
Well, that is true. I think as we lead our life, we've got to figure what is it that really helps us, okay? And we really have to tune out the negative, distracting noise that we can. We're in this electronically connected world, Mike. If people even stay away from their phone 15, 20 minutes, they think that they've lost something. So really with mindfulness, you really have to take notice and live each day enjoying what is the experience. But I think happiness, that is something in your own life, you have to really sort out, what is it? What is it that makes the road of life satisfying? What is it? What is it? Each day there are going to be a kaleidoscope of experiences that we can mindfully, try to enjoy the experience. Now, a lot of people, as you said right at the beginning we started talking, they live in the past. They're worrying about things, they're angry. And there are people living in the future. I won't enjoy the present because I'm working for the future. Well, I think it's important to use the past as a gauge in terms of what works for us, what doesn't. Keep good memories. I think those are important. I think that we do need to plan for the future, but if we don't enjoy this ride, we don't enjoy the ride that we call life, then we're not going to be happy. We're not going to be. And look at all the people that are really depressed because of this. They're just so hung up on things. I can't get over what I didn't do, this type thing. You can't live that life. All you have is now. You can't worry about things that have happened in the past, because if you think about it, you can't could have, you can't should have, you can't might have, you can't ought have. You can't do any of that. The past is really over. You can say it in any language you want. In Italian, it's e finito. You can say it in Spanish, ha terminato, or you can just say the past is over. And that's
say it in Pig Latin once.
What's that now?
Say it in Pig Latin once.
Well, I'm not sure how to say it in Pig Latin, but I can tell you in Italian, Spanish, or English. How does that sound?
Okay. I was going to throw some other languages out there just to trip you up. Sorry.
Well, that would have been fine. That's perfect, proving the point, Mike. It doesn't matter what language that you're using, but it's the same. So you really have to just enjoy life. You have to take it in, not in a negative way that you're selfish or in a way that you're not being responsible, or not in a way that you don't, you don't keep track of things from the past, but that you really are listening to yourself. What is it? What do you enjoy? The old, smell the coffee, smell the roses, things like this. It's really critical. Like right now, you're raising children, you have raised children, you have a wife, you have work, you're doing important work, actually, in terms of giving information, helping people through your show and in your podcast, I'm sure. So basically, this is important, to take a time out, sit back and just say, hey, this is a one-way ticket, and really try to get that in your mind. A lot of people don't realize it until it's way too late. I've worked with a lot of older persons in bad health, and they're lamenting. And I make the same advice to them. I say, you can't lament about the past. Whatever time you have to try to find purpose. You've got to try to enjoy it and ride it, live in the now. Because really, we don't know. We cannot guarantee what happened in the past. We just have a memory of what happened. But we have right this moment. We can bottle it. We can enjoy it. But it's an ongoing ride, a one-time ride that we're on. And golly, it can be a fun ride, Mike. Oh boy, life can be exciting, regardless of what's happening. It's what goes on in our minds. It's what we're thinking about. It's what is keeping us going. And just so many people don't understand that. They really don't. They just live unhappy, living for some future goal, or angry about something in the past. And my advice is always, hey, enjoy the now. Enjoy it.
We often let the things of life, the carnal, the things, get in the way. And that's hard. I get it, man. That's hard. We all struggle with that. You've got,
that's true.
You got things you got to do. You got places to be. You got bills to pay. You got yada, yada, yada. But man, if you can just shut down for 15 minutes and just enjoy that moment. Don't read. Don't do anything. Just sit, maybe have a cup of coffee, but enjoy that 15 minutes. Yeah. And that's a start to being in the moment.
And I'll even give you a Latin, I guess, now. Amen. How does that sound?
There you go. Yeah.
Please come. No, I think what you're saying is true, because really, it's something really important to really put in people's minds. And I advise this to a lot of clients, and I always do to friends or just people that, I encounter in life. Do enjoy the now. You don't hurt others. You don't run over others. You don't, shrink from responsibilities. No, you're not doing any of that. You are just enjoying this ride, this road of life. And we find the things that make life worthwhile and meaningful, and we do it. Mike, it's exciting. I mean, I'm still excited about life and been doing my work for 57 years, and I still like being a psychologist. You do your work. You reach out to people. You communicate. You like what you're doing. A lot of people do things they don't like, or they can't find purpose in it. And I say, hey, you can find purpose in it, or you can do something else, but you got to enjoy the ride, enjoy the road of life. It's the now is all we have, and we can't relive yesterday, can't relive tomorrow, since it doesn't happen. We have to enjoy and live in the now and find purpose. And golly, I'm excited thinking about it, Mike. How does that sound? Like new things to think about, enjoying the day. Yes, that's what we want, my friend.
Let it light a fire in you. Maybe you change. Maybe you do something completely different if you really sit and live in the moment. Dr. John Braccio, Regional Psychological, I can't even say it now, Services of East Lansing. Hey, Doc, what's up, Doc? We'll do it again next Tuesday. It's always a pleasure. Hey, man,
okay,
have a great rest of your week. See you later. All right, 1320 WILS. Back in a minute.